Coach Drew. Do you find yourself irritable, angry, and resentful towards somebody you know and you care about? Chances are you've run into some unmet expectations. And it's difficult. Most of the situations that I've been in and that I've coached people through feature unmet expectations. They're invisible, and often we don't know that they're there until we run into them. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Unmet expectations. Coach Drew. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Coach Drew, registered psychotherapist, author, speaker, lover of people, and I have a strong desire to help people have better relationships with themselves, with each other, with God. And I'm so glad you decided to watch. Today we're going to be getting into a topic that I had a good conversation with my friend Erica on her show, What Matters, on the TCN network. Now, my last video, we talked about, well, I said I was going to get into what to do with unmet expectations. But our conversation, I think, is a better starting point, where we talk about what expectations are. Take a look.
So today, as Andrew said, we're going to be talking about expectations, and they lead to boundaries. Now, I thought that, I know that they're connected, but I didn't look at it as one leading to the other. So let's start at the beginning. What are expectations?
So, expectations are basically things that we believe should happen, will happen, things that we anticipate based on our life experience, our worldview, our thoughts about the world. And those lead to beliefs, which are expectations.
Okay, so an expectation is more of a belief. It's an idea. Is it almost kind of like an opinion of what something should be?
Yeah. Because our beliefs, again, our beliefs are not facts.
Mm-hmm.
We have opinions and beliefs about facts.
Let's repeat that. Our beliefs are not facts.
Yeah, no, our beliefs are not, they're not necessarily facts.
There are a lot of people that don't know that their beliefs are not facts.
Right? And I use the example all the time. Like, you know, when we're talking about, when people use the phrase that I really don't like, that I feel like phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like you're not listening to me.
I feel like you're not listening.
For starters, it's not a feeling. It's a belief.
Right.
I don't think. I don't believe you're listening to me, but I could be wrong. You could have heard every word I said.
Right.
So our beliefs are not necessarily facts. We have beliefs about facts. Like, you and I are in this room. You and I are having conversation. That's a fact.
Right. I believe it's a good conversation.
Right? And I might not have the same belief. I do in this situation, but I might not have the same belief. So just because you believe something doesn't mean that somebody else believes something. And that's where our expectations often go awry, because one of the things that we tend to believe is that if we're in a relationship, we're going to have the same beliefs.
Do you ever find yourself getting caught in that trap? Expecting someone else to feel, think, and behave the same way that you do? Why do we do that? I mean, it's only logical for two different people to feel and think and behave in two different ways most of the time. However, when we feel strongly about something, when we really value something, we tend to expect that they would do what we would do or know what we'd know automatically. I think it'd probably make life a lot easier if we automatically thought the same and felt the same way about certain things. So it kind of makes sense that we would desire that. Yet my conversation with Erica goes on to differentiate between a desire and an expectation. I think they're very different, and it's really important to consider the difference.
I believe there's a difference between having desires and expectations. As opposed to just wanting something, you believe something's going to happen. You anticipate that it should happen. A desire is something that you want.
Right.
You can want whatever you want, but you can know in and of yourself that, one, it might not happen, it might be unrealistic, and the other person might not want it. An expectation, it really doesn't matter what the other person wants. That's what you expect
to happen.
Right? And that's what you base your standards on. And that's important, especially as we are talking about engaging with other people. For example, let's talk about sex. Let's dive in and talk about sex. I could have a desire to have sex maybe 3 times a day.
Right.
Is there anything wrong with that desire?
No.
Because it's a desire.
It's a desire. Right.
But if I expect that of my wife, or if she expects that of me, that might be unrealistic if she doesn't want that.
You're gonna be homeless because nobody's gonna be working. Like, I guess this is happening in the park because this is not a realistic expectation when you are past like 22.
Right.
Yes.
See, so that's where that reality piece comes in. Is that expectation realistic? Like, my desires can be whatever I want them to
right.
be. There's no judgment here.
Right.
I could equally say, you know, I only desire sex once a month.
Right.
Or once a year. That's
might not meet her expectations. You might have some problems there.
Exactly. So when we are misaligned, that's not just where disappointment happens. That's where resentment comes in.
So now when your expectations is greater than reality, that's when resentment comes in. But I think a huge part of that resentment comes from when people do not articulate
Exactly.
their expectations, because I see that a lot, especially in adult relationships, and it blows my mind. With younger people, teenagers and stuff, I get that, you know, for whatever reason, I guess you watch too much Disney, you believe that people are going to read your mind and know what you want. But as you get older, you realize the best way to say is, Andrew, for my birthday, I want you to throw me a ticker tape parade. Right. I want streamers. I want balloons.
Yes.
If I want this, I have to say it.
Right. And if I want to give you what you want, I'm going to have a pen and paper and I'm going to write that down. You know why? Because I am not you. I'm not going to want everything that you want. I'm not going to remember everything that comes out of your heart and out of your mouth, because we're different people.
Right.
It's important not to expect people to automatically know what you are thinking or feeling or what your expectations are. It's a good thing to define them and articulate them. So let's say you've done that and they're still not met. You still have some unmet expectations. Now we're ready to dive into what to do when you have unmet expectations. And I'm really going to get into that in the next video. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. Be sure to leave me a comment, share, like. If there's some things that you disagree with, I want to know that too. If you got some things to add to my life, I want to receive it. I am open. And until we connect next, be sure to learn, heal, and grow.